All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of.
Oh shit!
It's so early. I didn't get
You're like 3 seconds early, man.
I need your countdown to work.
Oh my gosh!
I saw 2 and see. Welcome everybody. What?
It literally clicked. It went
no.
click, and it was done. See, I knew I should have waited, but my timer started. But anyway. Welcome on the
I tried to let it go.
Cash Reacts, where we react and talk about videos and such. And I'm done. I'm retiring after this one. Apparently, I don't know how to do a countdown. I'm Cedric. This is my cat, Zildjian, and we got Zach and Will and Chris. Everybody's back.
We're here.
Guess who's back?
Here. But yeah, so it's been a minute since we've done a react. We actually got a couple in the bank that we can pull up now. But we got technology is working in our favor now on all sides of things, so we can start cranking these out again. And being that it's indoor season, we're going to be watching some various winter guard, winter percussion, and winter wind shows from past, maybe even present. I don't know how we're going to watch future ones. So that we're working on the technology for future ones. When we get it figured out, we'll let you know. So Zach picked this one. So Zach, why don't you tell us who we're watching today?
All right, we are gonna watch Clover High School from 2022, last year at WGI World Championships.
Shout out to
they were
Scholastic
the
groups.
Scholastic A World Champions last year, first place.
Awesome.
So. The reason why I even knew about this show was if you go back to our episode with Terry, he was talking about when he judged it and, kind of gave them some feedback, and he was talking about how good it was. And then, William, you had seen it as well and talked about it. So I think after we ended up recording that episode, I pulled it up on YouTube and I watched it. And I was like, yeah, this is it. So I've kind of had this one in my list of good React videos, and it's nice to give some Scholastic groups some, the spotlight and give them some time to be featured, because a lot of people just talk about world class.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like the A, showing a lot of love to the A class groups, and to let them know that they're being seen too. Mm-hmm. It's sad that they don't get the spotlight like the world class groups do, but there's tremendous amount of hard work that goes in with these schools and these A lower A independent groups as well. So definitely kudos to them.
I'm gonna say, if you haven't watched our interview with Terry Sanders, you need to go watch that, because this will give a lot of insight of why Zach chose this show. He talks really good about this show and what he looks for as a judge and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's episode 20, if you wanted to know, of our podcast. So
yeah, and this could be good for if we got any young kids or students out there who are part of A class, and because a lot of times we see world class groups like, oh my gosh, that's what we have to do. Like, no, not in A class. A class is about doing the things that you're being asked to do really, really well. Mm-hmm. And if you're clean and you perform well in A class, you always have a shot. Design well, stuff like that. So this would be a good example for us to watch that. So. In the link in the description below, we'll probably post a link. I may put a card in the top corner as well, so you can see that. That way, if you want to watch it later without us talking over it, you can do so as well. So, fellas, you guys ready?
Let's do this.
Ready, Freddy.
All right. We're going to start it right at the beginning. So when I'll do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, play. When I say play, you press the button.
We'll get a real countdown this time.
Yes, because I'm doing the countdown. That's why we'll get a real countdown. All right, here we go. Clover High School, Medusa from WIR World Championships 2022. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Presenting their program, Medusa, WGI Sport of the Arts is proud to present Clover High School.
already do the uniform and the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Good job on that, man.
It's always nice to see an A class with good stage presence. It's a very hard thing to teach at that level.
Appreciate the shaping down up in the front.
Yep. I wish we could have marched in tennis shoes.
We could have.
Technically,
We did Boston Strong.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
Okay,
body
base.
control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, kudos for having a symbol on. It's always cool to see.
I love how, I mean, everybody knows the story, but they're telling this story without any voiceovers or anything. You know what's going on.
Ish just got real, y'all.
Yeah, that I love that.
It's an awesome transition.
Simple change.
Yep.
And just the easy flip of the prop darkened the floor.
I was going to say, like,
They changed uniforms too.
yeah, it's great that you can do something minimalistic that has a big impact.
Which I think is something you have to do in indoor because of your space limitations, you know?
Yeah. I love the covering the eyes. Yeah. Yeah.
One of the cool moments right there.
That was a good moment.
I love how on the drill moves, they even make sure that their head isn't facing her.
She got one.
Yeah.
Clover High School from Clover, South Carolina, under the direction of Ryan Hall.
And run!
Yeah.
Right?
Get off the floor! I will say that's one thing I do not miss.
Yeah.
My gosh, man.
No, gosh.
It's
One thing I don't think. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say it's one thing I love, especially like in the A class and lower classes, man, to get a full concept out there, an idea in such a short amount of time.
Get out of my head. That was exactly what I was about to say.
See, because you get it top to bottom, and it's minimalist. And this isn't a comparison to what Dartmouth did the same year, whatever. But Dartmouth has longer time, and then for them, and to me, it's two different shows. It may be the same idea, but it's two different shows, and they did it. They, in my opinion, Clover did it brilliantly for their class range, for their kids. The musically, everything was within their range with some difficulty, and they had great touch in the stylistic of their playing abilities and all that kind of jazz. And it's just that's the stuff. That's what I like seeing, is because that reflects not only just the kids but the staff as well. Because I mean, it's going to show. It's going to show a lot of groups. I've seen a lot of groups already. I like to follow the Florida circuit a little bit, and you see some of the groups out there, and you can see it. And it's like, man, I don't know if it's a brand new group or if the staff is struggling. The good thing is the kids are at least out there, but you can always tell, on both sides of the fence, what's going on and who knows what. So definitely kudos to Clover for a great show.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. That I don't think A class groups get enough credit for
they don't
portraying a concept in 4 to 6 minutes, while your world class groups get up to 8.
I'm telling you,
because I was just sitting here, I was like, man, the show's almost over. They don't get very much time, and and also yes, you get 4 to 6 minutes, but you only get 9 to get on and off total. So you can't put a 6-minute show out there and have a long setup or a long teardown.
I'm about to say you better come out with nothing.
Yep. I mean, I think the timing and the pace was perfect. They didn't spend too long on one section. They didn't spend too short on one section. It does kind of end a little fast, but I think everything was great about that. You think about, like I said, they're telling that story. Everybody knows that story, but there's not a single voiceover in that. You don't have to have that. You don't have to have it out there in front of you, because they're doing such a good job of telling you and showing you that story and putting it before you, bringing it to life. And you talk about the way they open. We talk about how Vanguard opens with their front ensemble and how much they depend on them. When I think about a lot of Scholastic A shows, a lot of them are just all about being, just bang, bang, loud. They always seems to start with, a full battery attack, and this didn't do that.
I'm on with Zach there. Like, you can tell they want to emphasize our front ensemble a lot in there, because you can tell that they know how to play, man.
Yeah, they had
to set the mood immediately.
Yeah, and like, it takes a lot of guts, I think, in indoor, where I think a lot of times aggression gets the payoff. A lot of times that you come out the very opening and it's more of the ethereal kind of moments at the beginning. Like, it was still, there has some aggression in there, but like, it was more about how the story starts is that way. You know what I mean? Like, and so they had to portray that way. And it takes some guts to do that, because a lot of times people want that aggressive beginning. They want to hear you come out hot and then, move on from there. And, I think they do a really good job of doing that. And just, if anyone is watching this, if you just want to see how much a simple color change can be dramatic, that's it right there. They literally just turn they have 4 pillars on the and
I think it was 6.
6 or 8.
Was it? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they turned the color from white to gray, had a costume change, and they turned the mirror around and had a hole in it, and had the new person playing Medusa, and it's just like that right there totally changed the mood of the performance and got that aggression out. But like, I mean, once again, there's that whole like minute and a half after that. It's just a front ensemble playing, and so you're able to do. That's where I'm so glad I got to work with Will and Sid. It's like the balance of having your front needs to be just as good as your line, because that's where you carry a lot of your stuff there. If you have a good line, good front, man, you can fill so many gaps, do so much more with your groups.
Yep.
When you're able to do that. So I like the show a lot.
Even the part when it did get dark and more, I guess, aggressive, it was still so controlled from them. And the mood changed, but it didn't get frantic. It didn't get out of control or anything like that. It was just still they had just as much touch after it turned dark as they did in the beginning when they were setting the scene and the mood. That split section was dope.
It was. That was a cool idea.
Such a good idea.
It was a cool idea. And it came at the right time.
So simple.
They design team planned their moments really, really well, musically, visually.
Yes.
Just from a program standpoint, it's just top notch. And I was just paying attention to the book, and I was just like, all this stuff is playable, by anybody in the class. But the way that they finessed it with great expression and great dynamics, they played it clean, shaping, and for my grip heads out there, they won A class with match grip.
Yeah, let's say they had match. Yep.
Sure did.
Those kids that think you have to be traditional all the time. Nope. Dartmouth does it all the time, but A class group. So, but no, it was very well put together show. Just a lot of really cool thoughts and ideas, and I didn't even see them change clothes. I knew they didn't, but I just like, when did they do that? But there's a lot of good, smart things done from a programming standpoint. So
it's basically, while you probably didn't see it, it was a Blue Coast moment. Think about Blue Coast Ballad when everybody disappears and then you got the front ensemble playing for like the whole 4 minutes straight or whatever.
Yeah, they bring your attention, and that's basically what they did to the center. While that also happened, they did
a good job of
the pillars change into the center,
and the front held it down for that whole moment.
Yep.
Yeah, this is something. This is the first time I've ever watched it. I loved it, and this is something that, like, if you ever want to do an indoor show or you're looking at concepts and stuff like that, this is a good place to go. How just simple it is, man. There is nothing there. There's nothing there that is too much. It's just the story, and they won. You know what I mean? So like.
And I just looked, they are competing in open class this year, so they did bump up.
Good for them.
I think they scored a 74 last weekend. Not this weekend, but last weekend. On the 28th, they scored 74.1. So that was a pretty good number in open class coming out first week out. So,
yeah.
But then you get Five Fair scoring at 86, so I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna need y'all to hear some trumpets.
Something. Please.
It just
ain't no way.
Out.
You're gonna be by the first show out and just
get out the class.
Hot fire. Okay.
Like they started working on the 2023 season in the next week at the World in 2022.
It's like the Troopers.
They was
Troopers this year.
Yeah, I'm not playing around. Well, cool, Zach. Good choice, man.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks.
Good choice.
Actually, I'm going to give credit to Terry Sanders on that one. He sparked the idea, so shout out to Terry.
So let us know down in the comments what you thought about Clover. And if you watched Clover and can tell us more about the show or your thoughts about winning, because that's a pretty huge deal. I mean, that's a hard class to win. It's the most competitive class because there's the most in it.
Telling you. Jesus.
And it's easy to get lost in that class, and
God.
stood out. So good job to you guys on that. But let us know in the comments what you think. If there's anybody we should watch in any other classes,
Yeah.
percussion, winter guard, or winds, let us know down in the comments below. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I almost said Twitch. There's a radio station that I listen to that they do stuff on Twitch. Anyway, you can listen to the podcast also on Anchor.fm and Spotify. You can find us on all of those places. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will be back with some stuff later.
For sure.
Who knows what we're going to do? We may do a cooking stream next. Right?
Will can get. I'll do the appetizer. Will can do the entree. Said got dessert. Zach
Will needs his own. He needs his own episode for all the seasons he's going to put in it.
Right, and that's why he's doing it. He's a season king.
This is a React video, but since next week will be the Super Bowl, who y'all got?
Eagles. Too easy. Listen, I won't be shocked if the Chiefs win, but
The ankle, man.
there's no part of me saying that the Chiefs are going to win. I really think the Eagles got it.
If Mahomes is not 100%,
I think he's still hurt.
Even if he's 99.5%,
People don't understand an ankle injury.
Nah.
People really don't understand ankle injury. I don't care what they
They gonna get out there.
According to Twitter, the script has already been leaked, and the Eagles win by a field goal. So,
if
that
that
happens,
comes true, I am
Listen.
stopping. I'm not watching
dude.
anymore. I'm done. I'm out.
This script
I'm not
stuff's
watching
coming
another-
going around now. I'm like, oh my, listen,
But people have been saying it for years, though.
they have.
It's been jokingly, but people have been saying it for years. But man,
Listen,
it makes you think.
Coincidence, man.
Just like WWE. You know, when we were kids, we thought it was real
sure did.
until somebody told us it was fake.
there's something they're
And we
not
know that
telling
it's fake and
us.
still watch it like it's real.
Dude,
Sure did.
I love. When I was
There's
in
a
high
woman
school-
on the wing. There's something they're not telling us. It goes all the way to the top,
all the
people.
way to the top. All the way to the top. Oh man.
But yeah. So when you watch this, make sure you enjoy the Super Bowl and go catch some groups. I think the first regionals are this weekend too.
Yeah,
Oh,
Premier Week
so-
was this past weekend, right? So
couldn't-
it should. A lot of Premier Weeks were this week.
Yeah.
Oh.
So for marching, if you ain't got it, get it.
Do yourself a favor.
Worth the money,
Yes.
I'm gonna be watching when I get back from Louisville. I'll be in Louisville this week, but when I get back, I'm gonna try to catch some finals from some guard regionals and have some research ready for that. So, well, fellas, y'all ain't got nothing else. This has been another episode of On the Backhash for Axe with Clover High School. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Take care of each other, love one another. Be nice. Go watch the show or 7.
Yes, right.
No, we don't do it that out for this.
No, we don't.
We're just out.
Well,
How much?
you know
How about
It's
we all
hot.
leave first and you leave 2 seconds later? That way it bounces out. What you do?
Wait, what?
Can't react now. I'll get you though. All right. Y'all take it easy. See ya.
CM.